Well, welcome. Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us. Can you tell us your name and your title, if there's places you're working right now?
Yeah, my name is Mark McGee, and I'm working for Hillman Electric. They sponsored me when I was in ABC in 2008, and been coming back here supporting ABC and the training and all the competitions that they've been having. So I've been here supporting them and just watching ABC grow and and helping all their apprentices, become successful. And
let's go back in the time machine for a minute.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your background and how you first had an inkling of an interest in the trades and the this whole world of what you're in now, and just kind of where that first sparked.
So my father was electrician. He passed away in 2014, and he started my brother and I off when we were 10 years old, and we've been working with him on all his jobs. He's been, he was just an awesome electrician. He started us off just doing residential, just a little bit of commercial, and he's been molding us all the way through. So, and then after that, just working with my father, I found it to be very intriguing to just do this type of work. So I applied for ABC, and then I became an apprentice, and ever since that, I've just been going all the way through with it, just hanging in there, going from contractor to contractor, learning just various type of skills. And graduated in 2014, and I'm an electrical foreman for a company called Hillman Electric, and training other apprentices, and still learning myself. There's always room to grow. So I love this career. It's just, you can go anywhere with this career.
What were some of the examples of experiences that, at ABC when you were in the training and development, that they put you through some of the different types of training programs and things? What were some things that at least were memorable to you?
Well, I remember doing some solar. That was something, that, a couple years ago when it first came out, starting to boom now, but just learning solar and just learning different various wiring with residential and commercial, and come here at the labs, learning how to bend pipe, read schematics, wiring diagrams, and just learning electrical theory. ABC has just really taught me a lot of the basic fundamentals. That's really helping me now as I'm doing all these different type of jobs with the company I'm with now. If it wasn't for ABC, I wouldn't be as skilled in what I know in the workforce. So I'm really grateful for ABC because they really prepared me for this journey.
What kind of advice would you give to somebody who's either coming out of high school, or maybe even not a high school graduate, but somebody who's just kind of looking at this industry and thinking, I kind of have an interest, and thinking as they're looking at that? What kind of advice would you give to them?
I would give them this: if you like science, if you like math, and you're hands-on, and you like building things, definitely electrical is something that really will blow your mind. You can create so much creativity in this type of field. Every time I do a job, and every time I have to lay out a project, I find myself creating things, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I did that. So if you like to be challenged, if you love calculations, if you love great pay, I recommend that you look into becoming an electrician. Even look online and look at some of the YouTube videos of what it means to be an electrician. And it's just always, I love the challenge. I'm always thinking, and I'm always challenging myself to do things I never even thought I can do. So it's definitely a highly skilled type of career.
What are some of the goals you have? You've done a lot already in your life, but what are you thinking as you're looking ahead?
I want to become an electrical contractor, C10. I want to get my C10 license, and I want to become an electrical engineer too, and maybe come back and train, for ABC, or maybe just somewhere, in Oakland. Just give back. I want to give back to the community.
a lot of elected officials, whether it's a state legislator or a city council member, some of them have a really good grasp of what the industry's all about, what you all do. Some of them have no clue, just because they're busy people. Yeah, but what advice would you give to those who just don't really know, but you want to make sure have a better understanding and appreciate? So when they're doing policy, it's what kind of advice would you give to them to get a better feel for the industry?
Well, I would recommend that they definitely support those who are trying to go through an apprenticeship program, because a lot of people won't go off to college to get a degree and become a doctor or a lawyer, but a lot of people might find that maybe building or maybe wanting to use their hands as a skill to make a means for themselves, a living for themselves. And I would never have thought that my hands can actually make me good money, just doing building things. So I would just advise them to definitely support the apprenticeship programs. And there's a lot of I've been hearing there's been a lot of times where some apprenticeship programs are probably going to be cut. They were probably going to do away with them. But I say support the apprenticeship program so that a lot of people can have a chance to make it in that aspect of in their skills. So appreciate it.
Yeah. And one of the last questions is as you're looking back and some of the projects you've worked on, driving along the highway, or you see something that you've worked on. Is there anything? What particular projects you look at and or accomplishments are you particularly proud of?
Yeah.
Going jump out at you?
San Francisco, the San Francisco Mint. I worked there. NASA. Yeah, did some work there. Just a rec center in Oakland. It's called the Golden Gate Rec Center. Man, there's so many.
What was one of the most challenging? You looked at it at square one and thought, "Oh my gosh!" And at the end, you thought, "Wow, we really."
Yeah. I would say it was. You know what? I think all these, as a journeyman, I've been in it for 3 years as a journeyman, going on 4. But as an apprentice, it's just been very challenging. Different jobs I've been going to, but just I would just say just the NASA projects are kind of challenging because they have very strict rules and safety stuff. So it's just making sure that you're meeting their speculations, what they're looking for, and just doing a lot of the government jobs. I'm working at the VA hospitals and just doing hospital work. It's really strict. They have some, so you have to make sure if you can work at a hospital and and make them happy. They have some really tough rules. I think you're going to do well. So.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to mention about the industry, about ABC, NorCal, anything at all kind of on your mind?
Just really grateful to have. I didn't even think I was going to even apply for the apprenticeship, but I'm really grateful that they actually cultivated me all the way through. Just been there from day one all the way to the graduation. There was a time where I was in the apprenticeship program and I felt like there was one company that had me doing one particular aspect of the work, but that I already mastered or I already met my hours in. And then, that particular company didn't want to retrain me in a different place, so that I was asking for training in. So ABC fought for me, and I really appreciate that. They took me out of that situation, and they put me in a situation where I can be trained. So I really appreciate ABC for that.